Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Demo Flow, and here's your weekly video. So this week has been a little bit crazy with the PlayStation showcase happening on Tuesday and failing miserably to impress the Sony PlayStation fanboys. So social media was going crazy, Twitter popping, Instagram blowing up. Everybody was talking about how the PlayStation showcase wasn't good enough because of the lack of exclusive. But for third-party gamers, let's say Xbox, PC gamers, it wasn't a bad show at all. And here's why. Let's begin with the fact that PlayStation fanboys were hyping up this show really hard this week. They continue to tout Xbox and PC gamers about how many exclusives was the showcase gonna show, just to find out that 90% of the video games shown in the PlayStation showcase were coming to PC and Xbox. That must have felt like a punch in the nuts. They spent all of last week hyping up this show, speculating about how many games and how many exclusives Sony had in the works, just to see like 80% CGI trailers and a little bit of a Spider-Man gameplay, along with a new device that nobody cares about, the new PlayStation Wii U, a new set of earbuds, and a Gran Turismo movie trailer. So based on the news that I kept on hearing throughout last week, I was expecting a big show as well. So I was watching this show, and here I am looking at CGI trailer of games that I'd never seen before, and a bunch of third-party games that got me excited. And that's the reason why PlayStation fanboys think of the show as a failure. But to be fair, this is a win for all gamers. The fact that Metal Gear Solid is coming to all platforms is a big win for gamers. The fact that Dragon's Dogma is also coming to all of us is another big win. So as expected, Sony got really nothing moving forward. They do have other studios that didn't come through in the show, but we don't know anything about it. At least Xbox has a clear roadmap and the games will start coming. But let's keep it real, guys. It's not about the exclusives. It's about the games that they show, and in that aspect they do showed some games that look really interesting. I've been dying to play Ghost Runner, the first one. The gameplay really intrigues me, and the fact that they show a second one is really pushing me to get the first one and getting to this IP. Another IP that excited me was Marathon by Bungie. I know that they didn't show a lot of gameplay, in fact no gameplay at all, just a CGI trailer, but the art style intrigued me enough, and I know it's Bungie. I'm a super Halo fan and I play a lot of Destiny, so I think it's gonna be a good game ultimately because Bungie knows what it's doing when it comes to shooters. Spider-Man was the other highlight of the show, although we gotta admit it looked kind of boring, kind of dull. Some of the animations were super cool, while some of the other aspects from the game, like the water physics, were kind of terrible. Especially coming from Sony, we know how much they care for this IP. So it was kind of disappointing to see the lack of detail. But I'm sure Sony will fix it and the game will release well polished as usual. One of the worst games shown in the showcase was the Splatoon Chinatown version. It's called Foam Stars. So based on the name, I don't know what Sony was trying to do. This is the direct copy to Splatoon, and I remember Gene Ryan opening the show talking about how creative Sony PlayStation is. I don't know what they were thinking, and it was terrible. No one wants to play it. We already got Splatoon on Nintendo, and the game sucked. They thought that they could put generic characters in there so they could sell their skins. This is the route that Sony PlayStation is going. At this point, they just trying to milk the cow. But honestly, Sony PlayStation does not know anything about multiplayer. I cannot really remember the last Sony PlayStation IP that was multiplayer focused. PlayStation had relied heavily on action-adventure, third-person, over-the-shoulder type games. They known for the big AAA titles, the nice, clean graphics, the scripted gameplay and story. So I knew when I saw on the showcase that they were focusing on multiplayer, the Sony PlayStation fanboys were gonna be mad about that. While this was a bad show for you, if you are a PlayStation, Sony exclusive, chill, and pony, for other people like Xbox gamers and PC gamers and gamers in general, I think it was a good show. I'm a gamer, so I get excited and hyped when I see games. It doesn't matter to me whether it's an exclusive or not. It just matters to me that it's a game that people can enjoy and a new experience to be enjoyed. So this is it, you guys. This has been my analysis of the PlayStation Showcase. Let me know down there in the comments if this show made your expectations. Can PlayStation do better? Are you excited? Or are you troubled by the lack of first party exclusives? This is your boy Demo Flow checking out.